Hey y'all, it's me, Yvonne Emil Elizondo from Silver Moon Astrology and Transpersonal Counseling, also known as Silver Moon Counseling. Yeah, so check this out. Look how cute this is. The Amazon rep missed me and came to visit me today. Yeah, I knew they would eventually. Anyhow, look how cute this is. I don't know if you can tell. This is my Capricorn insignia. I love it. I love it. Yes. I have 5 markers in Capricorn. I have my sun, my moon, and my Venus in a really tight conjunction. And then I have Mercury retrograde right on top of my midheaven in the 9th house of Capricorn. But the 9th house is why I wanted to share all of this with you. Okay. The 9th house is about spirituality. It's about teaching. It's about higher education. It's about magic. Okay. It's about law and justice, and it's about travel, and so anyhow, but the point being is sometimes my videos run a little bit long, and I'm working on making them a little bit shorter, but I think the teacher in me just kind of kicks in. And so when I make these videos, it really is coming from a teaching perspective. I want to share information that will make your life better or more insightful, but also for you all to learn, right? So one of my purposes in life, I know for sure, is that I am a lifelong student. I love learning, and the student becomes the apprentice, becomes the teacher eventually, becomes the master eventually. And so in order to be a teacher, you have to be a student, in my opinion. That's how you gain wisdom, and then you can share it with other people. Okay. So if you gain, even if one person just learns something from these videos, I'm happy. Okay, enough of that. So now let's move on to why I'm really here, other than the fact that my Amazon rep really missed me and just wanted to come and visit me today. So we do have a conjunction that we have been working up to. I mentioned it in the new moon in Leo video very briefly, but I want to spend some time on this today because it is something that's pretty active, and it could be, we see it in the mundane world already happening, but interested to see how it's showing up in each of your lives. Okay. So I'm going to show you the chart. And again, I'm really going to try to be as quick as and possible as I can be, considering I can't find the chart. So let me find the chart. Uh-oh, no chart. Oh, well, so much for going fast. Oh, it's in the downloads. Where are my downloads? I hate technology. I absolutely hate it. It is not my friend. Oh, here it is. Okay, it's my friend now. Here we go. Okay, so the chart is for Monday, this coming Monday. Now, if I can share it with you, that would be great. Here we go. It's for Monday, the 8th. I'm sorry, it's August 1st, Monday, 2022. It's around 6:56, 6:57 p.m. And this is the placement that I want to focus on. Now, mind you, please, please, please know that I'm not going to talk about absolutely everything in the chart, but I do want to focus on this Mars, Uranus, okay, North Node, retrograde North Node, but North Node in Taurus energy. It is squaring the Saturn energy right here, and it is sextiling Venus in Cancer beautifully. But for the most part, I really just want to focus on this right here because this is a really big energy. Okie dokie. Okay. All right, so we're building our way up to this. I'm going to break it down, give you some idea of how these could be manifesting in your life. And yeah, let's see if you take anything away from this video. Okay, Taurus energy. Let's start with Taurus. So I am Taurus rising. I have Saturn in the first. I do not move quickly. Like if we have plans, you're going to have to give me a while to get ready. I'm not a quick mover and shaker. Not going to happen. It takes me a long time to get out of bed. It takes me a long time to get my project started. It takes me a long time to get work. It takes me a long time to finish books. I am not a very quick person. With that being said, I've been working on it for 52 years, and so I've gotten a lot better. But this Taurus energy is a lot like me. Okay, it doesn't move very quickly. Okay, it's fixed earth. It's not going to meander very quickly. It is practical. It is consistent. It is grounded. Okay, and so some of the qualities of this Taurus energy, the way that they could manifest, is it represents, for example, the material world. Okay, the material world is very much Taurus energy. We like the material stuff. Okay, like little things like this or this. Okay, we enjoy our comfort. We are about comfort. We're about home. Okay, we are about the value system, and I think this is really important. It's being highlighted during this time. It's the value system, and it could be value system in the material world, which would be finances, okay, resources, homes, cars, vehicles, that kind of thing, or it could be the value system that you have, like ethical and moral values, okay? But overall, Taurus energy, for it to function really well, it needs three things. It needs safety, it needs to feel safe, it needs to feel comfortable, and it needs to know that it can trust. So it needs loyalty, okay? If you're not loyal, you're out, done. Just ask some of my ex-boyfriends. Oh, anyways, okay. So back to Taurus energy. So this Taurus energy that we have, it is this placement of fixed Earth. It's solid. Now, for the last 4.5 years or so, this Uranus energy has been traveling through Taurus. Now, Uranus energy really manifests, qualities of it are about sudden change. It is an unstable energy. It doesn't create stability. In fact, it intentionally creates instability. Now, this could manifest like sudden electrification of, an experience, or manifest in like, oh, everything seems to be going fine. And then all of a sudden it's like the lights go out and they don't turn back out because you have like a lightning storm. Okay. It is about creating change, sudden change, unexpected change. And change isn't always a bad thing, right? Sometimes this sudden, unexpected instability of this energy can leave us, for example, a lot of countries right now, especially the smaller countries and the less financially stable countries or politically stable countries, are experiencing food shortages. Okay, sudden food shortages. There's the productivity of food has all of a sudden become unstable. The financial market, for example, has suddenly become unstable, right? Interest rates are like skyrocketing from one day to the next. I had quite a few clients that are in the real estate business that now don't have jobs. Okay, so we have this instability in the energy of the material world, finances, resources, values. Okay, again, internal values, external values. All right. So this is this Uranus energy that we've been dealing with. Now, it's not always a bad thing. Like the sudden change isn't always experienced in a bad way. It doesn't result in a negative. So Uranus going through my first house, okay, where Saturn is sitting in my first house and Taurus is like, I'm not going anywhere. And Saturn's like, you're not going anywhere. Okay. This has been a very refreshing 4.5 years because I have been very, or much more, I shouldn't say very, relative, okay, much more fluid and active and responsive and quick, and allowing myself to take more risks than I probably would. Okay, so for me, this Uranus sudden instability has been refreshing. So again, it doesn't have to be experienced as a negative. All it means is that there's going to be an instability of this Taurus energy. Okay, now let's bring in the Mars piece, because this is where it gets really interesting. Okay, so Mars in and of itself is very quick to act. It is impulsive, it is spontaneous, it is fire, right? It wants to go, 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 go. Now, Mars is not about standing still. It is about movement, okay? There's this agitation that happens if Mars feels very restless. And so this Mars energy creates a couple of results or consequences. It agitates, it inflames, it separates for the most part, but it makes things move much more quickly. So when Mars is in Taurus, it's not going to function like it would in Aries, where it's like spontaneous boom, like fire out of the gate. But it does poke Taurus enough that Taurus does eventually get up and going. And once it gets going very, very, very quickly. Okay. Now, the manifestation of this Mars and Uranus, here's where I want to be more cautious. And this isn't like, oh my gosh, fear mongering by any means, but this is what makes me feel like, we want to slow down a bit. Okay. We have Taurus, the house. Okay. It's the party house, right? Any of you have parties at home? Yeah. When your parents are out of town? All the time. I got busted all the time too. Anyhow, so we have this house, right? And this party house available in Taurus, and here comes Uranus, and Uranus comes in, and he's the big guy around the block, or the big gal around the block comes in and is carrying like 6 packs of Whiteclaws. and wine coolers. Do you all remember wine coolers, like simple wine coolers, right? Like the seltzer. I think they're like Mike's Hard Lemonade now or something like that. Yeah. So here comes Uranus with this like alcohol, and it's like party time. We're going to create some movement in here, some instability in this home, right? And pops the Whiteclaw, pops the, the Mike's Hard Lemonade, and y'all are like having a great time, and there's movement and sudden, buzz, literally Uranus buzz. Okay. And then here comes Mars. And Mars is that partier friend that comes in and is like, you think that's fun? How about some tequila, some vodka? Oh, how about some Everclear? And now we're going to light the place on fire. That's Mars energy. Mars is coming in to agitate, to amp up, to speed this party up. And so when Mars and Uranus get together, typically what we see is this like, oh my goodness, okay, you're going to drink the White Claws, you're going to drink the Mike Hard Lemonade, and then on top of that, you're going to have some Everclear, and you're going to dance the night off, and then tomorrow morning, you're going to be in the emergency room because you have alcohol poisoning. They're pumping your stomach. This is what happens with Mars okay, and Uranus get together. It is unexpected, unstable, unpredictable energy that could happen. And so this is not necessarily a great time to be impulsive. Like think before you drink, okay? For example, right? If this energy is unstable and the potential for this energy is unstable, and Mars is already agitating to come on guys, let's drink, shot, shot. Remember that? It's been a while for me. Anyhow, this is the kind of energy we're dealing with. So you don't want to be spontaneous necessarily at this time. And I'm not trying to be the party pooper here, but be more cautious, slow things down. Okay. Have clarity of mind, be very aware. The feeling for erratic, decision making. Like I wanted to move to Portugal today. And then I realized Portugal is kind of shutting down the borders because everybody's moving to Portugal. So that kind of energy is what's manifesting with this Taurus energy. And again, it goes back to those Taurus qualities, the physical environment, the value system, food, okay, financial, even neck. You might start to see spasms in the neck. Taurus represents the neck, okay, and the shoulders. So the shoulders, not the shoulders. Anyhow, okay, so that's that. And then we have this North Node that is pushing things forward. The North Node is about progression. It's about getting away from the past, the karma stuff, and pushing, things forward. Now, interestingly enough, okay, Marie Antoinette was beheaded during one of these alignments. Okay, this Mars, Uranus, and then let's throw Saturn in there because we can't forget about Saturn. Saturn retrograde is in Aquarius, okay, and Saturn is intentionally wanting to slow things down, okay? So why did I bring up Marie Antoinette? Yeah, because this is kind of that energy that says, I want to overindulge, okay? I really want to overindulge, and I have the potential to suddenly overindulge, but then there's going to be consequences that I'm going to have to face. And in my experience, when Uranus and Mars come together, okay, in this conjunction, and square in opposition also, we usually don't see the ramifications of this until after Mars has passed Uranus. Kind of like waking up in the hospital, getting your stomach pumped after the party, right? So there's going to be this, wait for it, and there it is, right? Energy. The Saturn retrograde is almost a kind of, when it's mixing together with this Mars and Uranus, right? You're at the party, you're drinking, and Mars comes in with the tequila and the Everclear, and y'all are feeling really great. And you're like, hey, let's take the car for a spin, right? Yeah, let's get in the car. This is great. No, not great. You get in the car. All right, let's get in the car. And you put the keys in the car. You start, well, you used to put the keys in the car in the 80s. Now you don't do that. You just press the button. Okay. And you're trying to drive the car. Your senses are not clear. You're not in a good headspace. You're being impulsive. And then you realize, like, why is the car not moving as fast as I want it to move? And then you go, oh, because I have the brake on. Whoosh, click. Okay. That's the energy we are working with. Not well at all. Okay. Let's give this energy, a week or so, 2, maybe even 3, until Mars moves away from the Saturn retrograde and Uranus energy. And then it moves on into Gemini. And then we got another Mars issue in Gemini for 8 months, but that's a different video. Okay, so this is the energy that we're working with. All right, be cautious, slow down, try not to be impulsive, have a plan. Okay, we can expect erratic changes to happen, sudden changes, but if we know that they might happen, then we can, be better prepared to deal with them. In the mundane world, what we may see is this martial instability. Okay, this is the times when we see more of this political instability happening. So, be prepared for that. There's protests tend to happen around this time. I don't want to go too political with this, but that's really what we're looking at. So again, a lot of potentially erratic, unstable, inflammatory energy when it comes to our values, our physical world, our, finances, food industry, comfort level, security, all of those things that represent Taurus. All right, that's it. Yeah. I am probably staying home and probably not going anywhere because, this is all happening in my first house of myself. So I'm gonna not risk take it. I am going to be more practical in my approach. And yeah, that's it. All right, everyone. If you want to learn more about your astrology, reach out. You can find me at silvermooncounseling.org. That's silvermooncounseling.org. And I would love to hear your experiences. What's going on with you and Mars, Uranus energy in Taurus? Share it with me. I love talking about this stuff. Take care. See you next time.